At Phantom Works, 3 things matter to us. Cars, country,
This motor rocks.
and cards. We make cars better than the day they rolled out. And for us, this is more than a job. This is our life. Love your car as much as we do, and we're gonna get along fine.
I need it in 2 months.
Mostly. Truth is, if we have to pick between you and your car, we're not picking you. Phantom Works is the largest car restoration shop in America, and one of my biggest headaches is finding the right people to work here. I don't want just anyone. I want the best. And I want people who care about cars as much as I do. Pulling to the left. I won't hire people who cut corners, and I can't stand excuses. So I'm constantly looking for that rare combination of quality and speed. At Phantom Works, cars come first. And here, every car has a story.
I can't see your hand.
Nice.
We've got a 1965 Cadillac DeVille convertible coming into the shop today. I can't wait to see what kind of condition it's in.
Going all the way to the left with it?
The 65 Cadillac, beautiful car, as long as a football field.
It rolls, man.
Looks like half of a tree.
I see cut wires.
I see cement through the floor. Looking at it, I could use a tetanus shot.
I got the fuzzy dice.
Nice. New carburetor, new alternator, new fuel pump. Everything else is old as dirt.
This one's a little bit concerning for me because it came in filled with grass and leaves and even what appears to be maybe some small dead animals in it.
Oh, man, gross. Got an old skeleton here, carcass.
It's a dealer option from Cadillac.
Yeah, buddy.
The tires still turn.
Okay, well, that one doesn't look like it turned.
No, that one, well, it might.
Yeah, you got
Yeah.
yeah, tore through all here.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah,
I mean, it
This
goes,
isn't just problems. It looks like not only the floors are bad, but we've actually got it, it's coming right into the braces of the
Yeah.
floor, too. So the floor's
Wiring's gonna
gone,
be a
the
nightmare.
rockers are gone, the supports are gone. So what's good on the car?
the carburetor.
That's it.
Ronnie, the owner of the Cadillac, is coming by today. We're gonna go over the condition of his Caddie. I don't think he realizes how much work has to be done or how much it's going to cost to restore this car. Hopefully, by the end of the conversation, we'll know if he really wants to move forward on this project. Here we have your 65.
Okay.
Now, you told me it was coming down. I was expecting it. I wasn't quite expecting this, I'll be honest. I was a little surprised. What's the basic story on the condition of it, the top down, the leaves?
It's been sitting for about at least 3 or 4 years, I know. Some people might think I'm crazy bringing this car in this condition, but if you look at it, it's a diamond in the rough. I've been owning Betsy for about 15 years. We've been through a lot together. It's like a sentimental piece with me and my wife. Oh, Betsy, you in really bad shape.
Ronnie loves this car. Unfortunately, life seemed to have gotten in the way. Before he knew it, 10 years had gone by, and his girl had turned into a real wreck.
The top deteriorated after a long period of time. That explains why this mess is in here.
You've heard the expression Flintstone mobile? That's kind of what we got going on here. Your floors are just gone. The condition of this convertible is so bad that we're going to need a lot of parts, and I know that they're not available on the reproduction market, so the only way to rebuild this car is to get a second car. You don't have enough parts on this car to build this car, and there's almost nothing available for a 65 DeVille. I'm looking at some pretty big, basic things that we're gonna need. Seats, all the components inside the doors, the floors, the engine. When was the last time it ran?
Probably about 4 years ago.
You know all the chrome on this car is bad. Like just about every piece of chrome on the car. When I say bad, I mean not even rechromable. So what we're gonna end up needing in this case is a donor car. If I can find a good, clean donor car, we really don't have a whole lot of choice. The donor car is not only needed for sheet metal, it's going to be needed for many of the electronic components in this car. You gonna be okay with that?
Well, I'm motivated. I'm ready to get it started.
Okay. I love it. I think it'll be a fun project, but I just want to make sure you're ready for it.
Well, I ain't too ready as far as financially, but I'm gonna have to get ready.
Fair enough. Then let's go do some paperwork, all right?
Okay.
All right, thanks, man.
Well.
Ronnie is really motivated. His heart is definitely in this project, but this is going to be a really big job, and we've come up with a plan. Restoring this 1965 Cadillac will be a huge job. We need to hand build the floors, we're going to do the quarters, build the doors, and then the body. We'll rewire the car and rebuild that drivetrain and other critical systems. We'll put in a new interior, new seats, and then a new convertible top. We'll replace the chrome and then give it that beautiful new paint job. We are absolutely jammed with cars coming into the shop. I need another guy in the metal fab shop, but it can't be just anyone.
I got a new metal guy, Mark McClellan. He stopped by, just dropped in. Really nice guy, sounds very down to earth. I mean, I like his resume. He's a welder. I know you've been talking about maybe wanting a welder, so I didn't know if you'd want me to bring him in for an interview.
I would like to, actually. I would like to.
From the looks of his resume, he's done what we do. He's not doing that now, but he has in the past.
Nobody does what we do, so I'm not surprised.
If you don't mind, I'll bring him in for an interview.
Okay, thanks.
All right, thanks.
My wife Melissa handles a lot of duties at the shop, including collecting resumes for potential hires. We really need someone in the metal shop. I hope she's found the right guy. All right, so you ready to do this for your wife's birthday?
Damn right.
Okay, Kevin and Megan are regular customers here. Megan is the love of Kevin's life, and he wants to do something really special for her birthday. Megan is a car girl and loves her classic Monte Carlo, so Kevin wants us to give it a full makeover in time for her birthday. Unfortunately, it's only 4 weeks away, so we don't have a lot of time. Pop the hood and let's see what we can do with the engine. I gotta tell you, the engine compartment looks pretty good. Is there anything that doesn't function well in here that you'd like taken care of?
Not at all, but from as far as a pop standpoint and everything else, you can see it has a lot of the 1980s smog type, restrictions that are on the motor. Choking it down, I realize, we're all under emissions restrictions nowadays.
Within my legal constraints, I'll do what I can.
Let's go
Fair
for
enough?
it.
Okay.
Yes.
You're looking more for this car to pop externally, right? You want her to look at it and go, wow.
Let's go
Fair
for
enough?
it.
Okay.
Yes. I've been married to Megan for 11 years. Megan's a special woman because she puts up with a lot of my crap. I'm wanting to have the car restored to give a little bit back to the, all the beautiful things she does for me.
Do you have any restrictions, or do I take free license on this?
Free license, use your imagination, let's go.
You sure about that? Because I mean, I can do some things to this car and make it look a fair amount different and way more aggressive than it does now, which is what I would love to do with this car.
Let's do it.
Okay, wheels, tires, paint scheme. It'll still be a white Monte Carlo, but it'll be a different white Monte Carlo. Drop it, make it a little more aggressive, handle better. You're okay with all this?
Fine.
Do you care if we get rid of the stripes and the whole Monte Carlo SS
Not
thing?
at all. As long as we come up with some type of graphics that make it pop.
So maybe put something back on there that says it's an SS, but not necessarily the original sticker look. Okay, good. We can make it look like a different car in 4 weeks, and but still keep the roots of what you got here.
She's my princess, I want to make her smile every time she drives it.
Quite honestly, you're making me smile by giving me this license. This is very cool. I love getting a hand in building cars because I know enough about Megan. I think I get what'll make her head spin. So this is very cool. As long as I have it back to you by her birthday, you're okay.
I'm fine.
We're gonna drop the body of the Monte Carlo and give it a more aggressive look. Then repair the interior, repaint the front end, replace the graphics with a new design, and add new wheels and tires that will improve the handling and really make the car stand out. I've got a '65 Cadillac that's filled with leaves and crap, and so far, at least one dead animal that we pulled out of it. And I really don't want some guy with a broom and a stick cleaning it out.
I'm not sure who's going to clean out this car, but it definitely isn't going to be me.
Distribution of jobs is generally based on who is the most logical person to do it.
Congratulations. I want Dale, our electrical expert, to clean up the Cadillac and check out the wiring and see what's missing. Dale doesn't really like getting his hands dirty, so I know he's not going to be happy with this job.
There's poop in here, though.
There is lots of crap in here. Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, so I need you to get in here and make sure that all the ribbon cables and all the motor wires and connectors and everything are taken real good care of as you clean out the car. So I need you to clean it out and look at all the crap in the dash. Get it cleaned out. You're the electronics guy, and there's a lot of electronics in the car, so I think this is for you. You're the right guy for it.
You think so?
Thanks, man.
Thanks, Dan. It's bullshit. Well, when you come up to the Cadillac, you know, and you see how disgusting and nasty it is, it smells like piss, it's grody, you got mold everywhere, leaves and junk. I'm already thinking to myself, I'm not touching it. It has nothing to do with me. They want me to help me push it. I'll do it. I don't have a problem pushing it. I'm not cleaning it. Not gonna happen. It happened. I'm ready. Safety glasses.
Dale doesn't realize he's a bit of a prima donna. He tends to put himself in a way almost above some of this work. And he's the electrician, and he needs to get his hands a little dirtier. He thinks his hands are too special to get dirty because he deals in circuits and fuses.
Oh, it's cold. Sometimes you're the windshield, sometimes you're the bug. Turns out today I'm the bug.
It's garbage. I do genius work. Clean out cars. What kind of shit is that?
Hey, how you doing?
Good. How can I help you?
I'm Mark McClellan. I'm here to interview with Dan.
Hey, Dan, your interview's here?
Mark is a new candidate coming in for a job interview today. Come on in, welcome.
Thank you. Good to meet you.
What was interesting about Mark is that instead of just sending us a resume through email like most people do, he banged on the door, found Melissa, talked to her, and convinced her that he was the right metal guy.
Come on in, grab a seat if you would, please.
I'm very excited to interview him, and I'm hoping this is the guy we need because we're still falling behind in metalwork because that many cars are coming in. What is it that brings you here?
I've been into cars about 10 years.
Okay.
Love them. It's what I do in my spare time. And, you know, I'm under the belief that you're only happy whenever you do for work what you love to do at home.
It's one thing to talk the talk. Mm-hmm. It's another completely different thing to walk the walk.
I believe that I'm confident enough in myself and my learning abilities to be able to learn this trade and work well enough for you that you won't get rid of me.
Okay. That's a lot riding on your first 2 weeks here. You understand that,
Absolutely.
Right? Okay.
I think that the fit will work really well. He's kind of a blank sheet of paper with some good metal experience. Dino and Steve are working on the Monte Carlo suspension, which has to be done before it can go into paint.
Right now on the Monte Carlo, we're just putting in new rear springs and front steering knuckles. A little bit of an upgrade. They're bigger, a little bit stronger. Just something the customer wanted to do. Pretty simple. When you work on a car that's going to be a birthday present, there's a little bit added bonus because it's a present for somebody. Hey man, did you break anything yet?
Not yet. Give it a minute.
Give it a minute. I'll check back up on you. Usually when customers come pick up their car from here and see the end result of any kind of work we've done, they're usually surprised.
Now that the suspension work is done, we need to get the Monte Carlo into the body shop so we can prep the front end for paint. I usually don't like working on a deadline, but we told Kevin we'd have this car ready for his wife's birthday, and that's exactly what we're going to do.
We just got this Monte Carlo in. Right now, what I'm about to do is just freshen up the nose of the car with a paint job because it's chipped up a little bit. The rear end has been painted before, so I'm just trying to get it all to match.
Ronnie wanted me to find him a car to build his car. I found him the car, I presented it to him with pictures and emails. He made a decision and bought the car, and I had it transported here for him.
I'm here to see the donor car, and I'm thinking that it's gonna be an old car that looks bad, and you know, maybe I can get a couple of parts off of it.
The donor car was nicer than I was expecting. I mean, look, we wanted a nice donor car because obviously we have to have good parts on it. What ended up happening, though, is the donor car is not only nicer than your car, hell, it's a lot nicer than your car.
That's the donor?
This is the donor. We're about to pass the only bad spot on the whole car. You see this spot on the quarter? Other than this is a solid car, and it's just as solid on the inside as it is on the outside. The problem is we got a real nice car here.
Yeah, we do.
I saw this, and I knew then that we'd have a decision to make because this is a really clean car.
This is a well put together car. This is not a donor car.
Well, that's the problem, because this is the donor car.
Can I look at the engine?
Look at that.
Oh, man.
It's complete.
I don't know, Dan. I don't think I can cut up one piece of history to fix up another. I might be interested in fixing up both of them.
Ronnie, we bought this car to build your car. You can't have all the 65 Cadillacs.
I can't have all of them?
You can't have all.
Right now, I'm in the middle of making a choice whether I want to fix Betsy or this donor car that he bought in. It's really kind of breaking my heart.
You think about it. Let's get in out of the cold, all right? But you got a day.
It's just going to be really hard. But Dan has gave me like 24 hours to make up my mind.
I don't want to cut up the donor Cadillac any more than Ronnie does, but he can't afford to build two cars, and I need the parts from his donor car. So it's time for him to make a decision. Alan, my lead painter at Phantom Works, is finishing up the front end of the 1984 Monte Carlo.
We just painted the front doors, the fenders, and the bumper cover, and I'm pulling the tape off of the doors, and I see the quarter panel next to it, and it is completely off. The paint that they sent me was so bright of a white that actually made the back end of the car look yellow.
Alan just told me that the paint on the Monte Carlo didn't match. We don't have time to fool around, so we're gonna have the paint store send us another sample immediately. Ronnie, the owner of the 65 Cadillac, has not given me a decision on how he wants to proceed with this car. I've been trying to call him for a while with no answer. 65 DeVille. Okay, I don't know what to do with this guy.
You try to get hold of him? Or you...
He's got 3 phone numbers in the tracker. You got a day.
All right.
I told Ronnie he had 24 hours to contact us with a plan on how to proceed with his car. It's been weeks since we've heard from him, and I've tried calling him on the number he gave us with no success.
Do you need him to come in, or do you need to talk to him?
Yes.
If I get a hold of him.
Both.
Okay.
I need him to come in, and he needs to give us a number, and I think I'm ready to tell him to go take his car and drive it away.
Hey, Ronnie, how have you been?
I am fine.
I finally got in touch with Ronnie, the owner of the 65 Cadillac. He's coming in today so we can figure out what to do with his car.
What's up, Dan? I feel like, you know, a little child that's scared of his mom when I come in Dan's office.
Please have a seat. 3 weeks ago, you said you were going to give me a decision on your donor car, whether we were going to cut it up and build your convertible out of it or not. And you never called back. We've left message after message, and you don't return calls. But I needed to know what to do with the donor car that you bought.
He's compassionate and he's understanding. You just can't make a decision like that overnight. But I made up my mind. So I'm ready to get it done. Go ahead and use the donor, and I want to see my baby on the road. And next time we do business, don't get a donor that looks that good, okay? Please.
I'm going to build you a car.
Okay.
All right.
Well, fine and well.
Thanks, man.
Thank you, man.
All right.
Okay.
You have a good one, man. Talk to you later.
Okay, now.
Good to meet you.
When I interviewed Mark for the metal shop position, I was really impressed with his attitude.
I'm confident enough in myself and my learning abilities to be able to learn this trade.
Mark is a new guy, and we're throwing him into the deep end right away with this Cadillac. I wouldn't normally do this, but in this case, we've got more work coming in than we can possibly handle. He claims he knows metal work, and this is going to be his chance to make it or break it.
There we go.
Kyle's going to keep him under his supervision because he is so new. I'm going to be watching him very closely as well.
It's very intimidating. I was expecting to come in here and sweep the floors for a couple months, learn as much as I could. I got thrown into this on my first day, which is fantastic. I like doing this. I'm having fun. It's tedious, but I like it. It's a difficult job, but I think I'm up to it. I think I'm doing a decent job at it, learning everything as I go. If I mess it up real bad, I might kick rocks, and if I do good at it, then I'll move on to bigger and better things.
He's got me looking over his shoulder, and I'm pushing him to get it done. So I know he's struggling with worrying he's going too slow. He's toughing it out better than most guys would.
Yeah, I got all those holes drilled out.
Okay.
All I gotta do is just gotta break those.
It's nasty.
Yeah.
The 65 Cadillac is still in the metal shop. Kyle is going to check on the work being done by the new guy, Mark.
Yeah, I got all those holes drilled out.
Okay.
All I gotta do is just gotta break those.
It's nasty.
Yeah.
On the other car, you can just cut this brace off.
Oh, okay.
Get the trunk out of the car and then
Okay, I understand.
carefully remove it.
Okay, I understand.
So you don't damage the floor.
Right.
And that way we'll have as much of that pan as we need.
Okay.
Alan's already done one pass on the Monte Carlo, but the paint didn't match. So Audrey's bringing Alan a new sample from the paint store.
Ah, finally.
It's not any closer than the other samples.
Yeah, that is way off still.
Yeah.
It's still bright white. It's the same stuff they sent me before.
It's different.
Yeah.
It's not.
It's supposed to be this color, and it's totally off. And then I sent them this so that they could actually drop it on there and make sure it was perfect. The trim piece that came off the car is like a cream white, and the paint that they sent me is like a chalky white. It's definitely not gonna match. That's not perfect.
All right, well, you have fun with that.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Probably the best solution is to go ahead and just paint the whole car now. So now I have to go break the news to Dan and see how he takes it.
Alan just told me that the new paint Audrey got from the paint store still doesn't match. We don't have time to fool around trying to match it again, so we're just going to repaint the whole car. Mark is still working on cutting the old floors out of the Cadillac and replacing them with the floors from the donor car.
Right now, I'm tearing out the floor out of the old Cadillac, and then I got to move over to the donor car, pull the floor out of that one. I did patch panels on a 1950 Plymouth a few years back. Never anything this large. Everything is free, everything's good to go. I got underneath it and lifted it up, and it actually moved.
All right, maybe I'll make it. All right, watch yourself. Maybe not.
Hey, look at that.
Maybe it will.
Yay.
Good job, buddy.
I've never done anything like this, so it's either sink or swim.
Ready?
Yeah, you wanna give me a hand?
Yep, let's get in there.
Let's do it.
We really need to move the 65 Cadillac along. Mark is still working on the trunk floor. So I told Joel to start removing the trim, the accents, and the bumpers from the donor car. The only problem is the donor is a 4-door sedan, and Ronnie's car, Betsy, it's a 2-door convertible, which means that not all of the trim will be transferable.
I'm gonna go pull all those pieces off so I can compile the best of everything that I need to put the car back together when it's time to do it.
Before the weekly progress meeting, I decided to take a look at Mark's work on the Cadillac.
Mark, not bad, but definitely got some work to do.
The 65 Cadillac floors are clearly not yet ready for prime time.
I think I'm taking too long and they need it done quicker.
The Cadillac, that's obviously probably going to turn into a long-term project. He's still much slower than we can accept.
He has a long way to go.
Okay.
He has a long way to go.
I think that this project was probably too aggressive for Mark to start out with. He wasn't ready for this.
Sounds simple, I'm sure.
So at this point, I'm going to put Walter and JP on the car, and we're going to put this program into high gear.
How's it going, Mark?
Good, man.
Although Mark's quality standards are getting very, very close to what I'm looking for, he's still much slower than we can accept.
And Mark, for what it's worth, this one was a pain in the butt from the get.
So, does it bother you that we're going to put a mat on top of that?
No, not at all. I mean, regardless if it's going to be covered and nobody sees it ever again, has to be right. I understand that.
That's absolutely the right answer. When he said, I don't care that a mat's going on top of it, this is the standard that he essentially wants, he let me know at that moment that he is the kind of individual that I've been looking for. So at this point, I'm going to put JP and Walt on this car so we can turn this thing into top gear. Mark's attitude is good, his instincts are good, but right now he's just too damn slow. Now it's up to Walter and JP to pick up the pace on this Cadillac.
Dan is putting me and JP on the Cadillac at the same time. I think we're at the point now where we need to make some progress on that Cadillac. I do hope that I don't have to come in behind him and correct much.
On the 1984 Monte Carlo, we've been having trouble matching the new paint to the original paint on the car. We don't have time to screw around anymore because we promised this car for Megan's birthday, and it's almost here.
Decided to stop wasting time and go ahead and paint the whole thing.
You know, for a big plastic forward balance, it actually doesn't fit all that bad. You guys have done real well in making that match the lines of the car. So.
Yeah, we don't chipped it.
Yeah, it looks real good. You guys did a good job. Kept it very reasonable, so thank you.
We have a deadline, which is coming up pretty soon, and we still have graphics to paint.
My idea was a simple stripe that comes down here.
Yeah, with the brake.
Yeah, below here, and then jump up and back into this body line.
I like how that flows with the original body lines on the car.
Yeah, that signature Monte Carlo body line.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool. It belongs to a girl, and she's really into the car.
Yeah, man.
It's kind of a late model muscle car, really. Push this out a little more forward.
JP and Walt finished the floors on the Cadillac. It's gone through primer. Alan and his crew will do the bodywork and sand the car until it's smooth and perfect. Then it will be ready for final paint. The Caddie is massive, so to lay down a paint job smooth on a car that big means Alan has to be at the top of his game. With the new paint on, now it's time to put the Cadillac back together. Dale has to hook up all the gauges and all the other electrical devices. This is where his cleanup job will pay dividends. He has to reinstall the dashboard.
Watch your paint. Yep, there you go. Let me get a better seat here. You got a better angle than I do.
He has to figure out where everything goes and how it fits together.
Oh, okay, that's where that goes.
Then he has to hook up all the hoses for the air and heater.
Dude, you should have seen this dash before I fixed it.
Now that the paint is done, the Monte Carlo is ready for graphics. Megan's birthday's coming up, and unfortunately, that's a non-negotiable date. We're gonna get these graphics done, and they have to be perfect.
I'm having a little trouble getting the angle just right on the graphic, so Dan and Kyle are pitching in.
I'm seeing a 1/16 of an inch deflection in it. I mean, it's just jumping out at me. Graphics are tough because you're making your own template as you go. There's a lot that can go wrong with this project, and with so little time left, we can't afford to have any mistakes. Here, let's do this. What if I pull it from here, and you tack it?
If we do it, lay it out just like this with the smaller SSs, it's probably...
Bring the Monte Carlo almost in from the door line.
Yeah, and the SSs right here.
Yep, that'll fit really nicely in our body line.
The small Monte Carlo is on the deck lid. That'd be kind of sharp.
That would actually be cool too, yeah.
My original thought was this light blue and then the Monte Carlo over the top of it.
I think the slanted SS gives it a really racy look. Alan, your graphics on the side, an amazing job, and I think this gal's gonna think of this as probably the best birthday she's ever had. Here's the bad news. You gotta get this ready tonight because she's picking it up in the morning. How much time?
A late nighter.
Thanks, guys.
I've sprayed on the graphics, and now comes the moment of truth.
Alan did a fantastic job with the graphics, but we've got a lot of loose ends to tie up, and we don't have any time to spare. The 1984 Monte Carlo is set to deliver soon. We're putting the finishing touches on it, and it looks beautiful. That looks way better. It fits the wheel well, just a whole lot better. Yeah. Hey, do me a favor, fire it up. I want to check the clearance on it.
Cut it all the way to the right. Good.
Okay, who's going to drive it and not scratch it?
You.
I need someone clearing the front, and I need one guy clearing the ass.
Straight back.
I know Kevin and Megan have a pretty good sense of humor. I thought it'd be fun to play a joke on them, especially since I've got a Monte Carlo that looks a little similar to theirs in the shop right now.
Hey, Dan.
Yeah.
Megan and Kevin are here.
Okay.
Hey, what's going on, big guy?
Hey, folks.
How you doing?
Kevin, good to see you.
Good to see you now.
Hey.
Hello, Megan. Kevin dropped off your car, had a few issues. I know you've been dealing with some leaks and some mechanical issues, and so he asked us to take care of that. But he also asked us to make it look a little better. This man is truly in love with you, okay? I'll just tell you that. So we've done that. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and blindfold you. You can put your arm around me if you want to, Kevin. Your wife's putting her arm around me.
Can I grab your arm?
No, don't grab my ass. Just Again, we're gonna walk slowly. Don't peek, don't turn around. I'm gonna undo your blindfold. On the count of 3, I would like you two to turn around and take a look at your new Monte Carlo. 1, 2, 3.
For the love of God. Really? I didn't want a freaking hoopty. I wanted something, you know, a little bit subdued. This isn't what I asked for. This isn't what I asked for.
You wanted Little Princess.
Little Princess.
And you wanted the SS.
Exactly.
Suspension work, and we did T-tops.
This is a hoopty. This isn't exactly what I wanted. You know, how about trying again? This isn't gonna work.
I remember you mentioned before you had a problem where it scraped when you hit a dip too fast. There's
You are not gonna scrape it.
I'm definitely not going to scrape in it now.
Suspension.
I've got a feeling you don't like it. I mean, I'm not.
I didn't
Look,
know what
Daniel,
to
take this one the hell out of here, okay? Just take it the hell out of here, and we'll do another one.
Yeah, it's pretty, I'm pretty disgusting. You know?
Get it out of here.
Well, I don't want you to be upset, you guys. It's not worth arguing over.
Maybe. You like this one a little more. You didn't like that one.
Oh, holy cow.
You like this one a little better?
It looks awesome. Oh, man. Thank you.
You had me worried.
I knew you were pulling my leg.
I love you, baby.
Wow. Is it okay if I go check it out?
Of course, let's go look at your car.
Holy cow. It looks a little lower. Is it just the tires are bigger?
Going from 15-inch wheels to 17-inch wheels, you get a much lower sidewall profile, so it'll really just go around a corner a whole lot
bit better. I've always loved the car, but now it's like awesome. Looks like it's leaning forward, like it's just ready to take off. Just give me a little gas.
What Alan wanted to do was bring in this two-tone blue with the SS and a very classy-looking Monte Carlo lettering.
The paint on it looks amazing. It's got a new front end. Oh, man. Got some nice tires on it, too. Oh, they're a lot wider. Good, because I have a hard time getting traction sometimes. I really do enjoy cars, and I would have never had it restored myself. Thank you.
Yep.
It's like the most amazing present anybody's ever gotten for me.
Now it's time to get you guys home. Megan's a car girl, and she loves the work we've done on her car. Kevin is thrilled with how happy she is with her birthday present. This is the kind of job we really live for. Ronnie and I have just had a conversation about money. I was pleasantly surprised that he wasn't shocked by what we had to do and what it cost.
Yeah, man, what'd you bring me out here for, man?
Well, I brought you out here because there are certain backgrounds that are perfect for certain cars. And there is no better background for a 65 cruiser like yours than something like this. So, spring day, time for a cruise in a convertible. Are you ready for it?
I'm ready.
Okay, because you know, your car was hauled to our shop when it really should have been hauled to a scrapyard, right?
Yeah.
You're certainly in the top 3 worst cars we've ever taken on, just because the damn thing's so big.
You reminded me about that several times.
All right, you ready to see it?
I'm ready to see it.
All right, go ahead and bring it on around.
Oh my God! Oh God! Woo! Oh my God! Woo!
Watching Ronnie see this car come around the corner was amazing. He starts hooting and hollering like he's seeing his first cheerleader in high school. I thought it was a hoot.
What do you say, buddy?
Oh man, Dale, that is beautiful, man.
What do you think, man?
Oh,
You like it?
Man, yes I do, man. Like it, I love it. When Dale brought the car around the corner, the first thing caught my eye was that grill. That shine just hit, the sun hit it, boom. And it's just like bling, it hit me in the eye. Oh my God, man, is it the same car?
It's the same car, trust me.
Woo, look at that dash, it's back. Look at that chrome, the chrome is actually shining. Oh God, look at that dash, man.
This is my favorite part of the whole dash, right here.
Whoa, oh my God.
Telescopic, man.
It just felt so good to be back in Betsy once again.
We went out for our first test drive together. Was this in your family before you got it?
No, actually, I bought it from a guy you wouldn't believe. His name was Santa Claus.
No, come on.
Yes,
you got
was.
this car from Santa Claus.
And I bought it right before Christmas. Well, come on, let's hit the beach then. Let's go. Betsy is back in one piece, and I'm just glad and I'm just overexcited to have it back again.
Man, this is my favorite part of the convertibles. You can reach up and just sort of feel the air.
Yeah.
Ronnie had the time of his life. Very successful drive. You ready to take her home?
Yes, I am, Dan.
Let's do it.
Oh, man.
You're gonna take care of her, right?
I am, yeah, I am. You know I am, Dan. Thank you, man.
Anytime. It was an honor, man. We enjoyed it, we hated it, and enjoyed it at the same time.
Well, that's all right. You did me real good, Dan. I appreciate it, man.
Absolutely.
Oh, man. I can't believe it. All right now, Dan.
It was a really great feeling watching Ronnie drive off in his car, because I know he and his wife are going to go back to those same memories, those same drives and those beaches that they visited so many years ago, and they're going to recapture a part of their youth that he never thought he'd get back again.
I'm just glad to have my baby back.
We gave the '84 Monte Carlo a makeover that's sure to turn heads. New tires, new wheels, and a bright new paint job with custom graphics that really make it pop, and we got it all done in time for Megan's birthday. Ronnie's '65 Cadillac rolled in here full of rust, leaves, and dead animals. We did a ground-up restoration, restoring not only the car, but Ronnie's dreams along with it.